What's going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here with regards to another video for you guys today. This is actually regarding a question I had from a few people, and I figured a video would clarify it. This is whether or not you need Mephisto for Odin. And it's funny because if you guys have seen some of my footage from my baby account, you guys will know that I can actually start doing Dark Dimension 8 already on my baby account, just because of the fact that we only need T3 ISO 8 ions. And they actually, I will say that, yeah, for some weird reason, my baby account's been getting quite a bit of those ions just from playing and leveling and all that other stuff, right? And of course, as well, to get into Dark Dimension 7, which is the one before it, you need to have gear tier 19. So what that means is you don't even necessarily need to be tier, 19 when you're doing Dark Dimension 8. I mean, it's gonna help. Yeah, it's obviously gonna help if you're tier 18 and whatever, or tier 19, excuse me. But you don't necessarily need it. Now, with regards to Dark Dimension 8, there is a specific section here, the legendary or cosmic section, that's given people so much grief. And I mean, I when it starts, I mean, you'll see it here. I'm not gonna play the I'm not gonna play the entire note for you guys, because I think it's redundant. It's already been done. I think there's YouTube videos of it. You can find those out for yourself. But I will say here is the fact that these guys are, you're playing against this first node. Actually, I don't even know how the other ones are, because I do not remember, but I'll play mission 11 so you guys can kind of see here. So let's say, for example, you've got a killer roster team, and let's say, I don't know, everyone's got, they've got, obviously going into this one, you guys will see, we have access to a lot of key characters, right? We can use Blue Marvel, we can use Mephisto, we can use our cosmic team, right? Lots of different teams we can use. Now, having said that, let's not forget the fact that you feel, for example, like, hey, let's throw in Fantastic Four. F3 seems to be obviously the most important and the current arena meta. So I mean, it only makes sense people would want to use this team. And again, let's bring in let's say, for example, and I'm trying to make this team look like it's still really strong, but that's the point, right? I want to show you guys why it's not that great. So let's, just for the sake of purposes of demonstration, let's throw in Odin in there, and let's put in, I don't know, let's put Thanos Endgame, just for shits and giggles. And I'll just show you guys here. So again, we're going into this mindset here where, hey, we skipped Mephisto. We don't need to have Mephisto for this node. And I'm just going to show you guys here. I'm going to show you guys exactly what happens here. So even though we have the Fantastic Four, they take the first turn. Okay, cool. Okay, it's not bad. Okay, let's strip these buffs. Okay, Franklin's going to do his thing, crap, I don't know if Invisible Woman has her ult. I kind of messed around with these cooldowns trying to rush to this section here, because I forgot to do it. I was doing a little bit of it, and then I forgot where I was at. And let's throw the ult here and see what happens here. So I mean, I think you guys can see it. Like, it's not bad. It's not a bad node. Wait a second. Holy smokes, what just happened? Holy smokes. No, and I'm just trying to be funny here. I'm trying to be exaggerated here. So obviously, even though we have some pretty beefy characters here, and like I said, we'll throw the ult here, or excuse me, the the special and whatever. And I mean, I'd say Fantastic Four is okay for a bit, but I think you guys can kind of see here, like, holy crap, man, like, this is our Fantastic Four, and we have Odin. And we're getting smoked. We're getting smoked here. So I think that's enough as that's enough of the drama that I'll show you guys here. So obviously you can tell here, like, we were basically using like a pretty strong current arena meta team, right? Like, it's crazy. Now let's throw in Mephisto, right? So I obviously you guys can see here, like, we were using Fantastic Four with Odin, and I feel like, hey, you throw those guys in any team together, I think that's a pretty solid killer combo, right? Just like if you were using them in like Battle World Century or something, right? But now let's throw in Mephisto, and again, we will, for the purposes of trying to keep things consistent, let's also use Thanos, right? Because it's not fair, right? We shouldn't change it up or anything just because of that. But let's throw Mephisto in here. And again, I feel like they did us dirty because they almost designed this node so that you pretty much need Mephisto, right? But anyways, let's let these guys do their thing. So again, yeah, they do the first attack, you know, yada yada yada. And except this time it's a little different because we have Mephisto on the board. So of course we, you know, we do all his buffs, and you know, we'll throw the ult here. Now they actually have off defense down as well here. You know what? We're just gonna hit auto. We're just gonna hit auto so I can kind of explain while they're doing their thing here. But I think the thing I want you guys to understand here is the fact that yes, Mephisto is only one character. And for sure, I mean, I think a lot of people realize, like, holy crap, like, Odin's, like, he's better than Mephisto. Yeah, he is better, depending on the game mode. But they specifically designed this node, and I feel like that's why they did us dirty, because I know some people, right? I know some people from my Discord. I know people on Facebook, and they've messaged me, and they said, hey, I'm taking, like, 40 attacks on this node. And I'm like, well, it's not that hard, is it? Because I ran through it, you know, from time to time and whatever, and they're like, yeah, it's crazy. Like I've been attacking it, and I've been at it for like 3 weeks, and I'm like, what? No way. So yeah, and then I had to you know, go through a little bit of memory lane here, because I was thinking to myself, like, wait a sec, no, how the heck is this node so hard? And yeah, it's because you need Mephisto. And actually, you know what? Right now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wasn't even paying attention to who I was targeting, but I think you guys can understand here. Like, despite the fact that you know, like, we only had one change in one character, it kind of blows me away, right? It kind of blows me away, just how much of a difference one character makes. And again, I wouldn't say Fantastic Four is like the best for this specific team. But I think you guys saw it well there, where when we had Odin and whoever else, like, yeah, it makes a heck of a difference. Like, you know, this individual, his name was actually, I think his name was Darklin. Apologies, buddy, I forgot your name. But he sent me a screenshot, and it was crazy, like 30, 40 attacks, right? And it's just crazy. So I think you guys get it. I think you guys get it here. Even though we weren't like 100% trying. If we actually went in here with an actual full team, I think you guys get it. Like, it makes a difference, right? I don't know if Fantastic Four is going to be the way for this specific one, but what I will say is you need Mephisto, and it wouldn't be hard to get Mephisto to enter into Odin's you know, Dark Dimension 8, because all you need is the purple ions, right? All you need to do is just bring his purples up. But the problem is you can't bring his purples up if you don't have them unlocked. You need to have them unlocked first. And if you don't have them unlocked, you can't bring them in. And that's the unfortunate thing, right? That's the unfortunate thing here. And of course, as well, like I already said, like, they kind of did us dirty because of that fact. So, yeah. So do you need, you know, that's the question I've been getting, right? Do you need Mephisto for Odin's Dark Dimension 8? Absolutely. Absolutely, because actually, I'm not going to show you guys. I can't show you guys because obviously we're stuck on this node. But this specific one here, where Odin is the final boss, it's brutal. And actually, if you have Mephisto, he can like one shot him, right, with his you know, with his passive, right? Well, sorry, not his passive. His you know, when he spawns, thanks to his empowered form, he can basically take a huge chunk of somebody's health right here. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. But again, if you're going to go into this one, I think there's better choices. I mean, obviously, people that finished Dark Dimension 9, they were using, like, they were pretty much just using straight legendaries, right? They were using Phoenix Force, they were using Quasar, they were using... So, yeah, obviously, way better choices than the ones that I picked, but I was just picking simplicity's sake because, you know, everyone's got Fantastic Four built up. They've got... I mean, we could go in here with, I don't know, let's try Blue Marvel. Like, let's try a different lineup. Let's try Blue Marvel, Odin, Quasar, and where's Old Man Logan? I think he's about lower. But yeah, we'll just throw another one here while we're talking. And yeah, I hope you guys can see that, the difference that it makes, right? And of course, I know, like, probably when you go into this one, you're probably going to do multiple attacks because you probably got legendaries, you got, you know, lots of good stuff here. But yeah, this empowered attack, right? This is the one that you're going to be able to nuke down Odin, right? I remember specifically with regards to the boss node where you basically died on purpose so that you could just spawn you could spawn Mephisto, and then he just takes a huge chunk of their health, right? And boom, just look at that. Look at that chunk of health. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy, right? Or have Blastar on this, right? Where he could just bomb burst these guys after, because that's like 2 hits right there, right? Or you can put Kahori in here. I mean, there's lots of different combos you can do here, but I think you guys get it. Like, it's gonna be one of those ones where you're gonna need to decide, like, hey, like, do you want to do 30 or 40 attacks, or is it faster if we get Mephisto unlocked first and then deal with it, right? Actually, I think Blue Marvel was kind of a bad pick here because he's kind of slow. But I guess, I don't know. Actually, we're not doing that bad. We have a lot of buffs, I guess. But yeah, Quasar is even getting smoked, which is kind of funny. So yeah, it's not an easy node, right? This is obviously, you know, if you can one shot this, holy crap, yeah, that'd be amazing. But yeah, I think you guys can see here, this is a very, very tough node already. And why would you make it hard for yourself by not having Mephisto, right? And again, I get it. You know, probably people can't. You know, they don't have the resources to bring, like, you know, is it tier 19 or tier 18? I think it's tier 18, right? To get Mephisto. And I mean, he is that good, right? And of course, as already alluded to, we've already seen what people completed Dark Dimension 9 with, and yeah, it looks like it was a no-brainer. Like, people went for Mephisto because he's so good, right? He just packs a punch. He has a lot of you know, they also designed these nodes, I think, for the purposes of, you know, thinking that you have access to Mephisto. Because remember, when they did this, you know, this release for Odin, it was also a race, and of course, the best of the best, right? The top echelon players, the top spenders, those were the guys that were pushing for the leaderboards, or sorry, for the stars. And yeah, like I said, yeah, still very pleasantly surprised. Like I said, I think we could. I mean, honestly, if we played this seriously, I am very curious. I don't know if I could one shot it, but I'm sure we could do a decent amount of health on these guys. I mean, I'm sure, like, Old Man Logan's just shredding here. Like, I think we would be okay. I'm gonna probably cut the footage here now, because yeah, we don't need to see the whole gameplay of it, but I think you guys get it. Like it's a good team, obviously, with the Fantastic Four and Odin, like, in Arena. But then yeah, you can kind of see here that they get their butts smoked, and it's just because these guys do so much damage as well. And yeah, and I think once Odin does his basic and he starts doing his thing. Actually, wait, Mephisto's there. Wait, so he doesn't get his mark, right? Because you can't have. Oh wait, can you have one? I don't know how that works, actually. I should really read into that. Can you have more than one battle? I think you can only have one battle world effect, right? So, anyways, yeah. So hopefully you guys can see that. I mean, I'm sure we could probably at least get through this and kill, like, maybe 20 guys before we die. Maybe even more. Actually, let's see how this wave goes. I'm gonna see how this one goes before we just leave here. But I think, yeah, there's what, 10 guys on this board? 10, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. So if we take down these guys, then it would bring us down to like 20, you know, 24 or whatever. So again, Odin, just getting, you know, obviously I know people won't have Odin unlocked here at 7, you know, 7 whatever, if they're trying to get him unlocked, right? But some do, and you know, they decide who they want to bring up next. And yeah, I mean, obviously you guys can kind of tell, like, it makes a freaking difference, right? He just freaking shreds, right? And of course, forming that synergy as well with the other guys, right? Quasar, yeah, he his on spawn defense up and stuff is kind of nice as well, the immunity and whatever. But yeah, you guys can, I think you guys can kind of see here now, like, if they didn't have the charges on Weaver, I think we would have nuked a lot of these guys already, right? And then of course, Old Man Logan's Old Man Logan. Like, look at him, he just keeps hitting and getting energy back. He's just gonna shred these guys, right? So anyways, yeah, food for thought. That, like I said, I've been, you know, is Mephisto needed, right? Is he needed for Dark Dimension 8? And yeah, he definitely is, for sure. Or I guess I should say, you know, is he required for it? No, he's not required, but man, it's gonna make your life a hell of a lot easier, and you're gonna probably be less stressed about it. Yeah, like I said, a few questions about it, a few people sent me screenshots, and they had like 50 attacks and 40 attacks, and I was just like, what the heck is going on here? But anyways, yeah, like I said, I just wanted to help you guys out here if you guys are working on your planning, and if you guys are thinking that Mephisto can be skipped. Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know, again, like I said, if we did Fantastic Four, I'm sure eventually we'd get through it, but man, it certainly would be a lot of. Oh, see, yeah, see, we're right here. See, look, after Nightcrawler did his thing here, now I think we're gonna get closer to death here. But yeah, I mean, overall, I would say it's a fairly decent attack attempt. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just keep this attack attempt. We may just keep it, and then we can get to that boss node, and maybe I can show you guys the boss. Oh my God, look at him go! Wow, Blue Marvel's just smoking this stuff. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, hopefully this helps you guys out. Hopefully you guys, can use this as kind of planning, like whether or not you are on the fence about bringing him or not for Dark Dimension 7, or sorry, Dark Dimension 8. And yeah, not Blue Marvel. Yeah, Mephisto really does make quite a bit of a difference. I mean, he for sure is definitely worth it, in my opinion. And of course, as well, like I said, you've seen the Dark Dimension 9 finishes. People did bring them up. So anyways, yeah, like I said, hopefully this helps you guys out. Thanks for tuning in as always, guys, and I always appreciate your time. Otherwise, guys, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.